My name's Natalie. I'm 34 years old and I'm the Director for Vital Supports and Services in Townsville. My ex-husband and I were trying for a baby for many years and was unable to conceive. We went and seen an IVF doctor and he told me to forget about having children and move on with my life. Literally a week later, I get a call from my ex-husband's cousin saying she was pregnant, didn't want the baby, did we want the baby? A few months after him being born, he wasn't reaching certain milestones, and as a mother you kind of know when something's just not right. I started Vital Supports as I was personally struggling to find service providers that provided good care. It was just heartbreaking that these service providers were sending support workers that weren't matched to Malachai's needs.
We obviously talked about it. We discussed obviously the challenges of being disabled, being a mother as well, and then trying to get other people to have trust in you as a businesswoman with a disability looking after disabled people.
It was a bit of a roller coaster. Trying to run a business, trying to play basketball for Australia. It was a really big year last year. My husband and I separated and my landlord wanted his house back and I was homeless, literally had nowhere to live. There was no wheelchair accessible houses that I could move into. So a friend took me in Malachi, so we were living in a little bedroom. I had to find my feet, remain strong because I had a 5-year-old that looked up to me and had to put my life back together. Being the only person or director running the show, I was liable for people's pays. So if invoices hadn't been paid, I didn't have any money to pay my workers. So I spent many a nights up late stressing about how I was going to pay my workers. I never thought it would grow to the extent it has in 18 months, so I can definitely see it keep continuing to grow with the amazing workers that I have and the admin and the support that I've got. I work for Sporting Wheelies, where we get to go into schools, where they get to learn about what my life is like in a wheelchair. I'm also an ambassador for the Australian Institute of Sport, Share Your Yarn, which focuses on going into remote communities and speaking to Indigenous students about the sports that are available for them. When I was younger, they didn't have these type of things. They didn't have people, role models like me, where I know when I go into a classroom and there's one child in a wheelchair, you can give the rest of his class a go in a wheelchair and they can actually experience what this child has to go through. Making other people and classmates understand what their life is like gives them a different perspective and actually makes them accept them all within their class. I know, during some of my schooling years, I was left in a classroom while my friends and my classmates were out doing PE. There was no inclusion. Yeah, I'm the one that goes on to play for Australia. It was only 1992 that the Disability Act actually even came out, so it is only in the last 15, 20 years that we are actually being accepted. I met Davin 15, 20 years ago as a young girl playing wheelchair basketball.
Well, Natalie and I share a lot of interest together, and we very much like to do things that I suppose probably a lot of disabled people wouldn't think you should do or you could do.
I really only have one life. There's no point me dwelling on the things that I can't do, so I just focus on what I can do and keep pushing through. Sports for me is what changed me. Without sports, I definitely wouldn't be the person I am today. Many of the skills that I've learnt within basketball I've applied to my business. Being competitive, working as a team, so it's given me the drive to get up every morning and keep going and make a difference in my life. Bear has the exact same passion.
She always, when she comes down to a roadblock, so to speak, she will always reach out.
We've become very close friends over the years, and now he actually works for me as one of my support workers.
Watching her grow a business from scratch, knowing the struggles that other people might face, has been, really incredible. She kind of understands, I suppose, what other participants are going through, so she's able to help them better because she's been there herself.
Last year, I was admitted to hospital for a back injury and degeneration of my spine, and took them 10 months to sort of figure that it was a bit worse than they thought at first, and lots of tests proving that everything else is fine, but not my back, and I couldn't walk.
Yeah.
And they tried me on rehab and stuff like that, but nothing was working.
The rental market as is, there is literally no accessible houses in Townsville. There is, but they're all taken. So trying to find a unit that was going to be suitable for him, myself, anyone with a disability is near on impossible. So to find a house that has been completely renovated to his needs is like winning the lottery, to be honest. Kim, we have a new unit for you, and it's fully wheelchair accessible, and it's all yours.
Thank you. Oh, jeez.
It's yours. It's yours. How exciting.
Good news.
It is excellent news.
You know exactly what people need, in wheelchairs, because you got one yourself.
I gave him the house knowing that his life is going to be completely different now. He has his independence back.
I think she just wants to do good by the people that she cares for, and she puts them way ahead of herself sometimes. I'm just so damn proud of her and her achievements, of how far and how many different people she's helped and overcome the challenges for both them and herself.
When I look back on the achievements in my life, the most proudest is obviously Malachi. Obviously my other achievements, playing for Australia and creating such an amazing business where, the community is starting to recognise who Vital is, and growing my business from only having 2 workers to now having close to 50. My hopes for Malachi when he enters the workplace in 15 years' time is to be fully accepted. 1 in 5 people have a disability. They all need to be accepted in the workplace because they've also got bills that they need to pay. People often say to me that I'm an inspiration because I'm a person with a disability living my life. I don't see myself as an inspiration, I just see myself as getting up and living a normal life. If you have a dream of starting a business, do it. It's literally your life. You want to make something of it, you need to do it. No one else can do it for you.